Hello to anyone that's joined. Sorry, I'm just trying to set up everything technically. That sounds about right for me. So yeah, you're gonna have to bear with whilst it is a little quiet. And I know that I am early. Hello everyone, can someone just message and just make sure you can hear me first before I do anything? And that you can see the screen okay, because this is my first time live streaming. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. I'm just trying to set this up at this moment in time. I can't see that anybody's messaged just yet, so I'm not sure if you can hear me or if you can see my screen. My little setup here. Hello everyone. Hi Tams, yep, so can you hear me okay? Yep, perfect. Thank you everyone. Yeah, so I am a little early. I did say I was going to do this at 4, but I thought I'm already ready. I've got everything set up. So, to begin with, hi, so I'm Glossy. You may know me as CollectVerse. That's my brand name. One thing I am going to say is that there won't be any like face reveal, anything of that kind going on today. And I have a few things that I've got set up today, but I just want to know what does everybody want first? Do they want me to do a bit of a Q&A? Does anybody have any questions? I've got some packs to open, such as a few Paldera Evolved, 151, because I could barely find any of them anywhere for a reasonable price. And I have 2 Vivid Voltage left as well. So I've got some packs. I've also got my personal card collection where I've got 2 giant stacks. I can go through and show those off as well. And I've even got 2 sales where I'm just going to start packing them, but there won't be anything like labels to prove people's names or addresses, so there's confidentiality on that. It's just mainly prepping them ready to be posted. So yeah, just everybody let me know what they think. Yeah, Tams, I agree with you, it'll probably be the Q&A later on. And I think I'll probably save the 151 pack as well. So I'm thinking maybe I should go through my personal collection a little bit first. These are cards that I haven't arranged yet. Ooh, what cards did I sell? Yep, so there's 2 here. Funny enough, one's for you, Tams, the one that we discussed. The Cleffer promo. I needed to sort that out. I completely forgot to do it earlier. And then someone on my eBay bought a Cypher Maniacs code breaking full art. I believe that's the terminology, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe those ones are full arts. And that's from Temporal Forces. Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I prep these. So it's already in a penny sleeve to keep it protected, and what I do is I put a code card in the back to give it some extra protection on the back. Then I'm going to put in a sticker. Sometimes I put in a couple, it depends on the price of the card. And then, let me just get this sorted. Then I have a Volt X, they call them a semi-rigid top loader. So it's not as strong as your normal top loader, but it's enough that I don't have to put any extra charges on when I'm selling, and I just basically slot the card and the stickers in there. So it is protected. It doesn't matter if it's wonky because every corner of the card is in the loader. And then all I do is I get an envelope. Yeah, so that's probably what I might do going forward. Yeah, you're right, Tams. I had a thought about that actually, about the sticker, that maybe you could scratch the card. So yeah, let's put that further back then, so that's not gonna hit the card in any way. We always want the cards to be safe. And then what I do is that if it's in a top loader, I usually don't use any other further packaging because I find that the top loaders are pretty solid. And then all it does is get slot into the envelope, as you'd expect. And then I have these nice little thank you for your purchase stickers that I use to fasten the envelope. It makes it just a little bit more secure so that they can't be opened during transit, but I also do tape it all up as well. So that's what I do for prepping before the label. And I just basically use Royal Mail's standard cheap shipping. And then I'm just going to do the same for your one, Tams. What's the matter? I'm trying not to show the codes in case people actually do use them. Oh, this one doesn't want to go into the penny sleeve, don't I? There. Yep, so that's back there. Yep, I'm a seller. Into the Volt X sleeve. Yep. And then I'm just going to put it into the envelope. And then the sticker. But I do have some other options for postage as well, like some of the more expensive cards. I do use more reinforced envelopes, the ones with like the cardboard back. I have just bought, and I haven't had anybody utilise this yet, but these, I want to say like plastic type bag packaging, so I can do more like mystery bundles, or if there's more cards in one go, that kind of thing. So that'll be something nice in the future for people if I ever wanted anything, because I have, and I've shown this on the on my server and stuff recently, that I have a lot of Scarlet Violet bulk, and I do have a lot of, funny enough, just Pokemon Go set bulk as well. So I'm always happy to do mystery bags of anybody, like any kind, for anybody as well. But yeah, that's the sales out of the way and done with. So I'm thinking next I might show off some cards from my personal collection that haven't been organised yet. And when I say some, I mean quite a lot. So I'm just going to give you a visualisation of how many. So they're not actually like organised, even a straight line of cards, but here we go. Still going. Almost there. There you go. That is all my personal cards that have not been organised into any binders yet. Quite a lot to get through. I don't think I'll go through every single card today, but I'll pick out some of my favourite ones. So start off with one of my favourites at the minute, Oshawott. Will be part of the water binder. Then you've got Turtle from Pokemon Go. I do love that card, and I try and keep as many of like the Squirtle and Turtle cards from Pokemon Go when I have the bulk as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I only need one of each for the binder, but I'll figure it out at some point. I also got this beauty recently, the Blastoise. I've been trying to find the Blastoise for a while now, and it's nice and shiny as well. But you'll start to see that there's a recurring theme of water cards. You got Seadra. Just having a look through. I also have some more vintage cards, like a Corfish. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, they're not in much order. Like I've got a Pokemon Go Tyranitar. It's going to be for my normal personal collection binder. And then one of my favourite arts that I keep trying to get, Horsey. I really like the Horsey cards recently. Yeah, I think it was Fox that was telling me how there was loads of cards that all connected with the Horsey, and I was actually like gobsmacked by that because I didn't even realise. One of the other ones that I've put for my personal collection that I actually took off eBay just for myself was the Marcactus from Journey Together. I saw that one for a while in my eBay, and I was like, do I sell it, do I keep it, because I know that people want it, and I've ended up keeping it for myself. And then some pretty ones that are kind of water themed but aren't water Pokemon, such as like Dragonair. Do like that one. I don't even know what the name of this Pokemon is. I know it's one that evolved from Mudkip, I think it was. But there's way too many Pokemon. Yeah, Marshtomp sounds about right to me. Poliwhirl. I do like the fact that he's just like swinging. That is nice art. Lapras, one of the other ones that I'm trying to get every card of. Hopefully in every language as well. But at the minute it is mainly Sprigatito I'm trying to get, just because Sprigatito is only in the Scarlet and Violet era, so it's going to be much easier to complete that one compared to some of these ones that have been around from the very beginning. Then you've got like this pretty Eevee, where I like the fact there's like shooting stars behind them. I also pulled this Dragonite V, and that was from Pokemon Go as well, the other day. I've also got my favourites like Sandshrew. And this is another one that I was debating on whether I sell it, was a Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go. And I also managed to get the Charizard from the McDonald's set that's currently out. I've got another pretty Sandshrew with, I believe it's kind of like a Cosmos hollow on it, but I'm not entirely sure. I also pulled this one a little while ago. I can't even remember what it says it was, but it was like, it's got an eye on it. It was like, it's rainbow sparkling. I think that's from Vivid Voltage. I think it was something like Amazing Rare. I've also got my old pal Sprigatito, of course. Probably already got the card once, but... And I also pulled this one when I was on holiday, actually. A Milcery full art. And that's from Stellar Crown. I know that a lot of people really enjoy the art on that card, and when I looked at it further, the fact that I could see like little sweets and stuff in there, just it sold it for me that it had to be my personal collection. And then recently I've got a Dondozo for the water binder, along with a Wug Trio. See, I'm normally not a fan of Wug Trio, but I just like the fact that it's like a full art of Under the Sea. I feel like that'll go really well with the binder. And then I've got a tag team of Slowpoke and Psyduck. And then I think we start to get on to the more random cards for the collection now. You got like Giraffe, I think that's how I pronounce that. Got a Bannet, which I think will go lovely on my psychic pages that I have in my binder. And a new Pokemon I wasn't aware of. I believe that's pronounced as Sinistature, something like that. Never heard of that Pokemon before. Got an Ollie's EX for the grass page. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Terms about it being something to do with matcha tea. Yeah, I was gonna say it did look like a whisk as well, actually, yeah. Just never heard of that Pokemon before. Then of course another Sprigatito. Definitely can't have too many of them. Then I have one of the prettiest cards I've seen recently. It's I believe it's a Manphony, but it's like all Cosmo hollow across the whole card. I'm not sure if that's showing, but it's so sparkly. And I've even got, if I can get them out of the top loader, a couple of cards that I believe are from V-Star Universe. Both of those look really nice. In fact, they're both super shiny as well. But yeah, that pile is mainly water cards, water bulk, just for my water binder where I'm trying to fill up. I think it's like 12 pages worth, and it's like, I want to say 12 slots on each page, something like that. It's quite a lot. But yeah, that's my main idea for the personal collection and the water binder. So I'm just thinking, does anybody want me to open a pack or two whilst we wait for some more people? Because I know that it is just before 4 o'clock, and I did say 4. Yep, so it's the choices of Vivid. So I've got 2 of those. Got 3 Paldea. And I've got the 151, which I'll probably do at the very end. Yeah, let's open the Paldea. So this is one of those sets that I can barely find them for a decent price. Anything to do with like the Paldea Revolved, anything to do with the Fates, like Hidden Fates, they're not. I can never, or any of those kind of packs, I can never find them. I mainly find Paradox and Temporal out of any packs these days. Or Pokemon Go. But I'm starting to see that there's been a bit more variety going on lately. So, begin with, it's a Steel Energy. So we got a Psycho, a Paladin Wooper. I do like the fact that they changed the colour. That is such a nice card. A Pikachu. Which is interesting because I recognise this art. I think this was the art that they used for the Build-A-Bear promo that I had quite a few years ago. I feel like they may have reused the art on this one. A Q-Fund. Not even going to try and pronounce that one, but I know that it's something to do with graffiti. That's a Titan. Falconer. To me, he looks like he's a water type leader of some kind. A Reverse Hollow Mischief. Ooh. Reverse Hollow Shinix. That is definitely going in the personal collection. I really like that card. And a Paldean Clodsire EX. So yeah, not too bad from one pack. Yeah, so out of that pack I am going to keep probably these 4. So potentially keep the EX. Shinix is definitely being kept. I think Falconer's going to go into the water binder, and so is the Titan. Even though I said it was a water binder, it's probably not just going to be Pokemon at this point. I have a feeling it's going to start moving into trainers and blue theme as well. And then I'm thinking I'll open one more Paldea Revolved for now. If I can get into the pack. So this time it's Lightning Energy. Got a Krogunk. Rocky D. Magnemite. Phalanx. Dundon Sparse. A Passimian. Core of Ignite. First Hollow Sudowoodo. I think that'll be another one for the personal collection. I can't even pronounce it. Scaradurge EX. Double rare. When it looks of it, 'cause it's in gold star. That was it, yeah, special illustration rare. And a slacking. Okay, that is really pretty. I believe these are the ones where each evolution like shows them like doing jobs and stuff, I believe. Something like that. I've seen stuff online around about different Pokemon doing different jobs, and it looks like this one's carrying groceries. That's pretty cute. But yeah, did not expect to hit on my second pack today. But no, that is so pretty. Yep, sleeve and top load, yep, definitely. Yep, this sleeve. I'll just get a top loader. Oh wow, I didn't realise he's in the double digits. Yeah, I believe this one's going to go onto the eBay if anybody's interested. But yeah, that is so pretty, that card is. I just don't know where it would fit in my personal collection. That's my own thinking of why it would go for sale. Okay, hi to anybody that's joined. I'll give you one moment. Yeah, that's sorted. Yep, see, I don't mind answering questions, but when people ask me stuff like my age, I'm a bit like, okay, I don't really fancy answering that. But anything about the company and stuff, that is like not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to open the other Paldea Revolve. This is my last pack of that. If I can go into it. Yeah, Tams, that's not a problem at all. I know how time-consuming listings are. I'm so tempted to go and grab a pair of scissors on this pack in a minute. Oh, got it. And this one is a Psychic Energy. So we've got a Mukro to begin with. Mischievous, I do like that art. That is so pretty. Another one for the personal collection. A Sneasel. A Gothita, which is, I believe that's one of the ones that connects with the Horse Sea, isn't it? Azumarill. Do love that line of Pokemon, so that will be in my collection too. A Vespiquen, which is the evolution of a Combine. An SQ. That'll be for the water binder, definitely. Snover. See, Snover to me looks like it would be under the water category rather than grass. But I'm guessing because it kind of looks like a mountain, they might have done grass for a reason. Litleo, that is a really nice art. And a Rabska, I believe. No hits in that pack, but a few nice ones for the binders. These three. So I'm thinking I will open the 2 Vivid Voltage next, whilst I'm here opening packs. And this is where I've got it because I always get the trick wrong it this time. I think I've left the code card in that. There you go, I told you I was getting it wrong. So it's a grass engine. We've got a Swoobat, Naldred, Zeb Striker, and then a Blitzel straight afterwards. Skiddo. I absolutely love that, the fact that it's so happy in the grass. That's one from the collection. Ferroseed. Dedenne, and it's one of those, the model ones in real life. That's so cute. A Drillbur. I believe that is also a model in the real world as well. It's in the soil. A Diancie reverse hollow, that is so pretty. And a Mudsdale normal card. And then last pack. Hi, welcome to the stream. Just currently opening packs at this moment in time. So this pack's a Vivid Voltage, and that's from Sword and Shield. Yep, so that's the 4, take the code card out. Got it right this time. So I've got a Fire Energy, Galarian Scunfish, and a Aromatic Energy, a Mightyena, I always get it wrong. I know someone who would like this card. Tams knows as well. A Shuppet, a Tutor. That is such a cool card. That is definitely for the water binder. A Riolu. The EV I was on about earlier that I'm just about to put in the personal collection. Got another one. A Seedot. A Fortress, I think that's pronounced that. And a Bannet. But no hits out of either Vivid Voltage today. But yeah, the Tutor and the Diancie make up for no hits, definitely. I really like both of those arts. Yeah, I forgot that I've only done 5 packs. I felt like that actually is a good statistic, isn't it, for an EX and a special illustration rare. And quite a few cards that I'm going to keep for my personal collection as well. Just bear with me one moment, I'm just going to quickly move these out the way so I haven't got loads of cards on my desk. Yep, so all that's left is a Q&A if anybody's got any questions, and the 151 pack. Well, I've only got one of those. So if you have any questions about CollectVerse, or if you want to know anything about me that's not too personal, or if you want to know what my goal is with CollectVerse, that kind of thing, just let me know. I do have I believe you can see it, there's a box on my screen, especially where it says you can answer about what you want to know, and you can put your questions in there. Or I believe you can just put them in the chat as well. Oh, the info behind the name. Okay, that's a good question. So CollectVerse is kind of like a 2-part name. So you got collect and you got verse. So my idea was I wanted to basically build a brand about collecting in general. So that's why I used the word collect. And then I thought if I was to branch out from Pokemon and let's say do any other type of collecting, I thought it would be like you want to collect everything in the universe. So it was like collecting and universe, and I thought CollectVerse would be a nice mix of the two and what I'm wanting to do and when I want to branch out. Yeah, so in my mind it's like, let's collect everything in the universe. That's what CollectVerse is going to hopefully eventually turn into, collecting everything in the universe for everybody. But for now it is just Pokemon. Yeah, and while we're on the topic as well about like the future of the business as such and the brand, I did want to say a bit about what my goals were going to be for the next couple of years, because this is a long-term thing that I want to do. I have said already that this year is basically a write-off year where I just want to be doing sales, getting my expenses down, try and make some sort of profit, and then eventually I would like to get to a point where I've got enough profit and stuff that I can give back to the community, because I know that it's a tough time for people in the Pokemon community of any age, especially the kids that are just starting out as well, or even the adults starting out. And what I want to do is I want to be able to give back to them. So I want to be able to give out free bulk and eventually free cards that are hits and packs. I want to be going to stuff like trade shows as well, so like conventions in the UK. I want to be able to have a stall there, and then if someone goes, oh, this is my favourite Pokemon, I can give them something and be like, here you go. This will hopefully help you on your journey to doing Pokemon, or if they're already on that journey, it will give them a little boost to carry on and just give back. But at the minute, like I say, it's more focusing on the sales standpoint at this moment in time, so I can get to that point, because I've noticed that a lot of places, when they want stalls and stuff, you need to be registered business, and that's just something that I've only just started to apply for and invest in, and then I need to be able to fund having these stalls and that kind of thing first before I can start that journey, especially because I'm not trying to buy cards and packs from small businesses. Well, I don't know, I buy packs from small businesses, but I don't buy individual cards to resell or anything like that. What I do is I buy the packs from small companies, like small sellers. I also buy from some of the big companies as well if they've got sales on and got discounts on their stuff. And what I do is I basically open the packs and see what I get. So it is a bit of like a hit or miss for me at the minute on what I'm going to make, because it depends on what I pull out the packs. But I'd rather do that than be buying cards from other people who need to be making a profit themselves, and I'm taking away their profit by asking them for less than what they want and then reselling it myself, and I don't want to be doing that. What I want to be doing is I want to be supporting everybody at every step of the way. So that's why I think, unless people come to me and say, Glossy, I don't want these anymore, or I want to sell them for cheap, do what you like with them, I'll take them and give you a very fair price, sure, but I won't actively go up to somebody that's selling individual cards and go, I want to market this, I want to pay less than market, pay way less than what you're asking for, just so I can resell it, so I can make profit, because that doesn't seem fair, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my plan for the next about 2 years at this point, and then maybe in a few more years down the line I might start branching out to some other trading card games, maybe trading stickers. I'm not sure if they're still around anymore, because I know I used to do those when I was younger. I know there used to be like, I think there used to be like football ones, and where you could have a sticker book and stuff. I'm not sure if they're still around or whether it's converted to trading cards these days. But I know that there's a lot of stuff to do with trading games and stuff that I would love to invest in the future. Okay, so the football ones are still around and really big. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. But yeah, that is the plan for the next couple of years at least, and then if anything changes, everybody will be the first to know. But at the minute it's more establishing the brand, getting some profit in so I can then give back. And that's just going to take some time. So what I'm doing at the minute is I'm going to try and do these live streams every so often to promote my brand, show off new cards, show off what I've bought from people and support them, because I buy off the small businesses a lot. And then I've lost my train of thought. Okay, what was I going to say now? Yeah, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's the idea that I've got for CollectVerse going forwards for the next few years, definitely. Yeah, and hi to anyone that's joined. Really appreciate you all joining in today. Oh, thank you, Tams. I really appreciate that. I feel the same about you and what you're doing as well. I love seeing your community grow as well. Even if I've only been around for a few, I can't think how long it's been now, since probably about November, December, I think it was. But yeah, one thing I'm going to say whilst I remember it is that I'm not really planning on grading cards and selling them as such, because I feel like there's been definitely a big, I want to say maybe demand, but there's been a big presence of graded cards I've noticed recently. And let me just grab my only one that I have graded so far. It took so long to get from finding the card and getting it graded and getting it back, and it cost money to do all that as well. But I think for someone like me, I want to start with more like these cards. Yeah, thank you. I didn't even realise that it was even worth so much. It sounds so silly, but I had a personal collection back in, I want to say 2018-19, so when Hidden Fates was around. I must have got the promo, because I believe that's a promo one at the time. Put it in my binder. I was collecting from about end of 2018 to I think it was start of the pandemic, mid-2020 kind of time. And I think I just kind of trailed off. I actually missed most of the Sword and Shield era for cards. So it's only now that I'm starting to get into those. And I didn't get back into card collecting until about, I want to say, start of last year. Actually, no, probably closer to mid-year last year. And I just randomly went through my personal collection when I was just starting out to sell cards and went, which ones do I not want anymore? I looked at that card and went, this is really pretty, but I'm curious, how much is it worth? I then put it into, I think it was eBay's recently sold, and I was practically shaking and trying to call everybody I knew and went, oh my god, I didn't even realise I had a card worth this much. And it was worth a couple of $100 at the time of me finding that out as well, when it was graded. And I convinced myself during the whole grading process that it was a fake and that it wouldn't get any score, and they would just charge me and go, no, it's not real, because I couldn't remember when I bought it or where from. So for them to go, oh yeah, by the way, it's actually a 10 gen mint on my first go as well, was, yeah, definitely something I did not expect, and I've just kind of kept it since. And I don't think I'm planning to sell that one. But yeah, the story is quite funny, how I went from not even thinking anything of it, finding it out, thinking it might have been a fake, and convincing myself I wouldn't be able to do anything with that card. And then here I am with my first and only 10 gem mint graded card. But yeah, that actually is quite a nice summary as to my experience with Pokemon cards. It's been a couple of years pre-pandemic, and barely a year recently as well, so I've only been doing this in like collecting in general for only a couple of years, but so I am still learning everything. As you can probably tell from when I was opening packs, I don't know half of the Pokemon's names or what the type of cards are, special illustration, rare, full arts, all that. Yeah, I feel like that sounds like a great idea, Tams. Yeah, make some YouTube videos off this. Because I do have a couple of stories, actually. I don't have many. As I say, it's only been a few years me doing this, but if anybody enjoys that, let me know, because I feel like I could make these into like some series. Into some YouTube videos, or even some shorts if it's a short story. Just give me whatever suggestions and whatever you were thinking of, and I'll see what I can do. But I do have some stories about that I actually used to do YouTube a few years back, but it never worked out. All I'm going to say is that it was something I tried to do in high school, didn't work out, and just basically got massively bullied for it. So to come back to this as an adult and not get bullied for it is amazing. So that's another story to look out for. But yeah, I'm conscious that I've been waffling on quite a lot, haven't I, now? So I'm thinking I will open the 151 pack and then we'll call it a day for the live stream, because I know that it's nearly 4:30 now. So this 151 pack, yeah, everyone keeps saying to me that when I show them the pack that they think it's a god pack. I have never seen anybody even pull god packs, let alone me potentially having one, so we'll have to see what happens here. But I just love the fact that it's got like all the Pokemon on the front. Like the 151 branding like this is just amazing. And I can see why people really want this set. Yeah, thank you for the good luck, everyone. I think I'm going to need it, aren't I? To see if I can try and get something decent out of it. I mean, any pretty cards is a bonus in my eyes. That's one thing I think different to a lot of people that collect the cards, is that I prefer the non-illustration cards a lot of the time. So it's a shiny Psychic Energy. I'm not sure if that is a good sign. Yeah, I couldn't get a decent price until I went to, I think it was TikTok, and they were doing like a deal. I think it was like a first time deal, and I could only get one pack at a decent price. So yeah, this is my first time opening 151, so this is going to be an experience for everybody. So we've got a really pretty Weedle to begin with. I am going to be quite slow about opening this. I'm going to savour every moment. I just like the fact it's got like the sunlight on him as well. That is pretty to begin with. We've got a Zubat. Just zoom in there. Looks like I think he's diving into a cave, because I can see like some trees around the outside as well. That is pretty cool. And then we have a Goldeen. That is definitely going into the water binder. And we have a Weeping Bell. I mean, I don't think this is the prettiest art card, because you just, no offense Weeping Bell, but you look a bit derpy in this. But the art style is quite nice. And then we've got a Cycling Road trainer card. Oh, stadium card. And a Cypher. That is pretty nice. And we have a Charmeleon. Maybe this will be the start of a Charizard, perhaps, or something. But no, that fire looks so nice on that card. And then we have shiny Goldeen. Okay. And a Tangela. That's pretty. I have a feeling that there's going to be no special card behind this one, though. Need some final look, everyone. And... ooh! I can see a double rare. And it's a Zapdos EX. Not the Charizard, but I'll take that as a hit. But yeah, that's a pretty card. I'd take that as a win. Yeah, at least I got a hit. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that is a win. And it was a win that I even managed to get a hold of one. So I'm thinking out of all of these, let's go back. I think Weedle's going to go into my personal binder. I think Zubat's got to go in as well. Goldeen is water binder, definitely. Weeping Bell's going to probably get put into the bulk pile. So is Cycling Road. I think Cypher's going to go into the personal binder. So is Charmeleon. Goldeen Reverse Hollow is probably going to replace normal Goldeen in the water binder. And I think Tangela's also going to go for bulk as well. And then Zapdos EX I think will also go for sale as well. Just because I don't think it's going to fit in with the theme of my binders. As well as some other cards would do. So if anybody was interested, I do have an eBay under the same name. It will be listed on there very shortly. Along with all the other cards that I've said today. But yeah, that all around that was a win. Yeah, and thank you everyone for joining the live stream today. I appreciate it. It's been a bit of a test, this one today. Like, to begin with, my camera wasn't working on my phone. For some reason, YouTube didn't want me to actually show anything, so that was a nice start to working out on the live stream, and then it was early. But yeah, this has been great. Thank you everybody so much for joining me today. I will try and put out a schedule at some point on YouTube and also in my server to say when I'm next going to live stream. It's probably not going to be a weekly occurrence, just because I do this this is a side job for me. I do have a full-time job that I do in the week, and also packs are expensive, especially 151 for example, when it's hard to get a hold of those. So this will probably be a monthly thing. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being here. If you've got any other questions, then let me know now, or we can end this here, and I'll see you in a few weeks probably. Yep, there's no more questions. Everybody take care.